jersey collection series. Today, we'll actually be getting into probably my second most valuable jersey in terms of how much it sells for. So let's get into it. So today's jersey is none other than Tracy McGrady, and this is an Orlando Magic Tracy McGrady jersey. It currently sells for $168. You can get it on Amazon for $168, but I don't even know if those are real, so I don't know how much a real one would go for. But yeah, let's get into some facts about Tracy McGrady. Well, let's start with his career. He's a Hall of Famer. He was a seven-time All-Star. Seven-time All-Star. He was also All-NBA 7 times. And he's a 2-time scoring champion. He had career averages of 19.6 points per game, 5.6 rebounds per game, and 4.4 assists per game. He shot 33.8% from 3, and he was never known for being the most efficient player in the world, shooting only 43.5% from the field for his career. Tracy McGrady is somebody that, I believe Stan Van Gundy said, even though he's known for being a scorer, he was one of the greatest passers he had ever seen in his lifetime. He was such a talented player. If it wasn't for the injuries, he could have been one of the best players ever. Skill-wise, he is probably, pure skill-wise, he is probably top 5, top 10 all time. But unfortunately, he got hurt. So let's go back to his early life. Tracy McGrady was born on May 21st, 1979 in Bartow, Florida. His dad wasn't a huge part of his life, so he's raised, he was raised by his mom, with the help of her mother, so his grandfather, or his grandmother. He played high school basketball and baseball, for 3 years at Auburndale High, before transferring, to Mount Zion Christian Academy in North Carolina for his junior season. In his junior year, he averaged 23.1 points, 12.2 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4.9, yes, 4.9 blocks per game. He was relatively unknown, but he made a name for himself after playing well at the Adidas ABCD camp. He left that camp the number 1 player in the nation, going from 175 to number 1. Mount Zion emerged as the number 2 ranked team in the country. McGrady was named a McDonald's All-American and was National Player of the Year by USA Today and was named North Carolina's Mr. Basketball. McGrady considered playing college basketball for Kentucky, but ultimately decided to enter the NBA draft. He was selected 9th overall by the Toronto Raptors in 1997, and in his first year he barely played much, and he described his rookie year as hell, feeling lonely in Toronto, and sometimes sleeping for up to 20 hours a day. Late in the season, their coach resigned, and McGrady began playing more under the condition that he would improve his work ethic. The following year, they drafted his teammate, or his cousin, Vince Carter, and apparently they became inseparable. In the 1999-2000 season, McGrady was a contender for 6th Man of the Year before being promoted to a starter. The two cousins led the team to a 45-37 record, getting the Raptors to the playoffs for the first time in franchise history, averaging 15.4 points, 6.3 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and a And then in the playoffs, they would go up 3-1. And McGrady, in an interview during the series, said it feels good to get in the second round. And then they would lose the series in 7 games. The next year, Tracy McGrady won his second consecutive scoring title. Although Orlando had the worst record in the East. The next season, Tracy McGrady, Juwan Howard, Tyronn Lue, and Reese Gaines were traded to the Houston Rockets in a deal for Steve Francis, Katino Mobley, and Calvin Cato. McGrady said he was happy and was excited to play with All-Star center Yao Ming. He shortly after signed a 3-year, $63 million extension. And in December of his first year, he had one of the most memorable performances, not only of his career, but in NBA history, scoring 13 points in 35 seconds to get to secure a comeback win against the Spurs. And in the playoffs, they would lose to the Dallas Mavericks in 7 games. The next year, Tracy McGrady only played 47 games due to injury, and the Rockets did not make the playoffs. Not much happened in the rest of his time in Houston aside from injuries. Up in 2010, he went to the New York Knicks near the end of his career, averaging 9 points, 4 boards, 4 assists in 26 minutes. And then the next year signed with Detroit, averaged 8 points, and then signed with Atlanta, averaged 5.3 points. He then went to the Chinese Basketball Association, signing with the Qingdao Double-Star Eagles. Qingdao finished the season in last place, but T-Mac averaged 25.7 boards and 5 assists. After the end of that year, he signed with San Antonio Spurs in time to qualify for the playoff roster. The Spurs eventually made it to the finals, but they lost in 7 games to the Miami Heat, which was Tracy McGrady's first ever postseason minutes outside of the first round. And then on August 26, 2013, Tracy McGrady announced his retirement from the NBA. In 2017, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Him and his famous number 1, I believe, have been... Actually, I don't know if he even got his number retired. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back with another one of these tomorrow, likely. And then I might switch it up